Now to a GMA Health Alert about processed foods and cancer. According to a new study, eating 10% more of what's known as ultra processed foods is associated with a significant increase in overall cancer risk. And so Dr. Jen Ashton is here, and nutritionist Maya Feller is here as well. Thank you both. So break down the study.
Okay, so this was a study done in France, and what it showed is that people who ate highly processed foods had a 10% higher risk of all types of cancer. If they ate 10% more of this ultra-processed foods in their overall diet, 12% overall risk in cancer, and 11% overall increased risk in breast cancer. Now, here come the caveats, and it's really important on this study to read between the lines here. Number one, we talk about relative risk versus absolute risk. The numbers I just gave are relative risk. You want to know how many more cases of breast cancer per 10,000, per 100,000. The study did not break that down. And like so many studies that we all talk about here, this study was based on association, not cause and effect. And until we can connect those dots, we have to interpret the results with caution.
Big difference there. But all that being said, sometimes we think we're doing the right thing and we don't realize that it's processed, ultra processed.
Right. So one of the things I want to say to everyone is that you have to understand that ultra processed is processed food, right?
Okay.
We're talking about foods that have added sugars, salts, fats, preservatives, fillers, gums, added colors and flavors. Things like, these fruity yogurt drinks or sodas and, energy drinks with lots of color. Some things that might be surprising, we're looking at, packaged muffins and baked goods, deli meats.
Deli meats?
Yeah, deli meats, refined breads, instant soups. Those all fall into the category of ultra processed.
It's really anything with a shelf life, right?
Exactly.
Anything that can live on a shelf for a long period of time.
That's always a sign.
Exactly.
That's why organic, it expires so quickly, but it's better for you. All right, so tell us why these types of foods could be linked to cancer.
Well, again, in the study, they didn't explain that from a biologic or scientific standpoint, but there are some theories. And if you look at them, it's a long list. These foods tend to be less nutritious overall. They tend to have, like Maya was saying, a ton of food additives, chemicals that you can't even pronounce. They are packaged and they are processed. So what I tell my patients, what Maya tells her clients, eat from the farm, not the factory. If you can't recognize it as its true food form, that's a real clue that it's processed or ultra processed.
Eat from the farm, not the factory, y'all.
There you go.
Eat from the farm, not the factory, y'all.
That's right.
All right, that's it.
I can get with that.
Well, part of the reason why it's so convenient. It's cheap, it's convenient. So what are some ways that we can save some money and save some time more?
Okay, so one of the things that I always tell people is shop the perimeter of the grocery store, right? That's where you're going to find your fresh goods. I also like to encourage people to get to know your food and also know your nutrition facts labels. You need to be able to identify what is whole and minimally processed in comparison to what is ultra processed. The other thing is get back to your kitchen, cook at home. You know what I mean? Okay, I understand people are busy, but what you can do is you can buy pre-cut meats and vegetables.
Some shortcuts.
Yeah, absolutely. They just have to not have the additives that, the ultra-processed foods have. And it's also okay to try prepared foods at the grocery store, like grilled chicken or grilled vegetables. Even some of these healthier salads that have things like legumes are going to be full of fiber, vitamins, and minerals.
Okay. All right.
There you go. I'm going to take this.
I got my lunch right here. I'm all set. Thank y'all very much. Hey, have a good weekend.